Tombstone is considered by many to be one of the greatest Western movies ever made, and star Kurt Russell suggests one aspect that truly sets it apart in the genre. Tombstone was released in 1993, and while it was a critical hit at the time, the movie's reputation and legacy have only grown in the decade since then. The passing of Val Kilmer has led to a renewed interest in the film and Kilmer's performance as Doc Holliday, leading to more conversations about its place among the best Western movies of all time. Along with Kilmer's brilliant performance, there are a number of elements that make Tombstone special. The action is thrilling, the legendary story of Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday taking on the villainous cowboys is taken right from the history of the Old West, and Russell makes for a perfect Western hero. However, while Russell has starred in some great Western movies, including The Hateful Eight and Tombstone, he points to one element in Tombstone that is better than all other films in the genre. Kurt Russell explains how Tombstone's dialogue made it an all-time great Western. Tombstone is full of memorable lines. In an interview with GQ looking back on his legendary career, Kurt Russell reflected on the growing appreciation for Tombstone as one of the greatest Western movies of all time. While Russell admitted that it was not his place to make such a claim, he did offer his own opinion on how the dialogue in Tombstone really makes it stand out in the Western genre. Indeed, it's easy to see Russell's point as Tombstone is filled with memorable lines. When it comes to Westerns, you often think more about the shootouts and showdowns than the actual dialogue. In fact, Clint Eastwood's Western heroes are typically known for how little they actually talk over the course of a movie. However, when you think about Tombstone, it is hard not to immediately hear some of those iconic lines. They are not just clever one-liners either, but dialogue that feels authentic to the characters and is perfectly delivered by the actors. Tombstone certainly delivers on other Western elements, with the gunfight at the OK Corral making for a grounded and thrilling action set piece. However, Russell is right that Tombstone's secret weapon is the expertly written dialogue that has stuck with fans over the years. Tombstone's great dialogue can explain why the movie is more popular now. The movie is bigger now than when it was released. While Val Kilmer's passing and the legacy of his version of Doc Holliday might have helped with the recent interest in Tombstone, the movie's dialogue is a big reason it has only grown in popularity over the years. In fact, some of the most memorable aspects of Kilmer's performance as Doc come down to the actor's delivery of the fantastic dialogue. His lines, "You're a daisy if you do," and "I'm your huckleberry," have become famous beyond the movie, but within Tombstone, they are perfect lines to highlight this man who is unafraid to look death in the face. Hearing lines like this stick with audiences and thrill them in a way that makes them want to return to that dialogue again and again. It is also the variety in the dialogue that makes it so impactful. Doc has a number of hilarious lines, such as responding to a cowboy who claims he's so drunk, he's seeing double with, "I have 2 guns, one for each of YA." However, there is also a thrill in hearing Wyatt threaten his enemies with, "You tell M I'm coming, and hell's coming with me," or his epic insult, "You gonna do something, or just stand there and bleed?" Certainly, there are plenty of Westerns that have delivered some of cinema's most memorable lines, but Russell is right in pointing out that the sheer amount of Tombstone quotes that are still remembered to this day surpasses any other movie in the genre. Indeed, as exciting as the story is, it is not a groundbreaking Western in that regard. The dialogue is what elevates the movie and creates such wonderful characters, making it a treat to revisit and a movie with a big enough cultural impact that new fans continue to seek it out.